Remember that little war that Trump was going to end on day one, and now it's day way too many and the war is worse than ever? Michael Walker here, and why we can't just stop funding the Ukraine. You see, it's not about the Ukraine, it's about Putin and Russia. Trump's ego, that true elephant in the room, just can't realize that Putin isn't afraid of him or respect him. Taco Man isn't someone to be afraid of. But I wander off topic. We need to stop Putin. Trump needs to put on the big boy pants and realize world politics aren't the same as The Apprentice. You don't get to sit there and say you're fired. As war fatigue sets in and political narratives twist public perception, it's important to clarify one thing. Supporting Ukraine is not about idolizing President Volodymyr Zelensky. It's about stopping Vladimir Putin. You don't have to romanticize Ukraine's government or approve of every decision it makes. Like any young democracy, Ukraine has flaws: corruption, internal divisions, and growing pains. But that's not what's at stake here. What's at stake is the world's response to a violent, revisionist autocrat using brute force to redraw borders and extinguish a sovereign nation. Putin's invasion of Ukraine wasn't provoked by NATO expansion or Western meddling. It was fueled by a belief that smaller, weaker neighbors don't deserve true independence. That belief has no place in a modern world. If left unchecked, it sends a dangerous message to other authoritarian regimes. You can crush your neighbor, massacre civilians, and still be tolerated on the world stage. This isn't a regional squabble. It's a test of whether democratic nations will still stand together in the face of naked aggression. It's about whether might makes right becomes the new normal. Zelensky, for all his flaws, has become a symbol of national resistance. Not because he's perfect, but because he stayed and fought while bombs fell on his capital. He didn't start this war, Putin did. And when the dust settles, history won't ask whether Zelensky's approval ratings were high. It will ask whether the world let a dictator conquer a free nation by force. This is bigger than one man. This is about defending the basic idea that borders aren't erased by tanks, and that people have the right to choose their own leaders, even in countries far from our own. You don't have to love Zelensky to believe in Ukraine's right to exist, and in duty to the world to say, no more.